Kimani. Sarah, good afternoon. Thank you for your time on the SABC News Desk. Well, details rather sketchy right now. We have some reports saying that there's extensive damage at the airbase, while others saying that the attack has been repulsed. What can you tell us, Sarah, at this stage?
At this stage, what we know is that indeed the attack has been repulsed, and the fighting that started at dawn has now stopped. But we also understand that at least 5 people, suspects, have been arrested by Kenyan authorities. They're said to have been hanging around the airstrip, and so they're believed to be having crucial information that could lead to the arrest of either the masterminds of the attack or any other people who may have been involved. The Kenyan military and also the U.S. Africa Command indicating that at least 4 suspected terrorists died in that attack. Now, in terms of the damage that happened, there is conflicting information with the government, the Kenyan Defense Forces saying that most of the damage happened to infrastructure at the airstrip. Some also information talking about two aircraft having been completely destroyed, one belonging to the U.S. Military and one belonging to the Kenyan military. The Al-Shabaab, however, on the other side is talking about heavy casualties from the Kenyan and the U.S. military, but the U.S. Africa Command has dismissed that report and called it exaggerated and said that it's full of lies which nobody should believe.
Has there been any response from the Kenyan government thus far, Sarah?
Apart from the Kenya Defense Forces, which is giving regular updates, the Kenyan government, including the Kenyan president, have remained mum, probably preferring to have the military deal with the information or the dissemination of information on the situation. Maybe what is important to say is that this attack comes just days after the Al-Shabaab militant group attacked passenger buses on the 2nd of January in the same area of Lamu, which is heavily infested by Al-Shabaab militant groups. So this should probably have come as a warning to the Kenyans who have been on high alert that this was likely to happen. An attack of such magnitude was likely to happen. Probably not a surprise, although it's seen as audacious by security experts. This could also be in response to one of the attacks that happened by the U.S. government inside Somalia. Because the U.S. uses the Lamu Island, the area where this attack happened, the Manda Airstrip, to launch attacks inside Somalia. And so 2 weeks ago, they had actually launched an attack inside Somalia. Actually, less than a week ago, they had launched an attack inside Somalia where they said that they had killed several Al-Shabaab militants. So this could also be in retaliation to that attack.
On the point of Somalia, Sarah, we know that the USA has been conducting more and more airstrikes in Somalia, the most it ever has in the previous year, which is 2019. And I know that it becomes difficult to assess the impact of these strikes, all right? But according to experts, former officials, and if we analyze local media in Somalia, it does suggest that Al-Shabaab still has a very strong hold there. I guess what I'm asking, has the US surge actually been effective in curbing Al-Shabaab activity right now?
Well, the militant group remains very strong, especially in the south center of the country. This was, of course, proven just last week when at least 80 people were killed at a junction just outside of Mogadishu. And so it shows that they're still able to, carry out attacks inside Somalia and outside the country, neighboring countries, especially Kenya, which happens to have a long and porous border that they share with Somalia. But also it shows that despite the increased attacks that have been happening by the U.S. government inside Somalia, they're still able to carry out attacks at any given time. And they are quite audacious, considering that this is a heavily fortified area, the airstrip that they attempted to attack. And this is the second time that they actually are trying to attack this particular airstrip.
Would you say that Somalia is still a safe haven for Al-Shabaab, Sarah? We know that the U.S. recently reopened its embassy in Somalia after about 28 years, citing security improvements there. But it's not something actually tangible that we can see on the ground thus far.
Well, it's on and off. It's very fluid, and it also spills over frequently to other parts of the country, and especially this area in Lamu, and just close to this strip is a forest called Boni Forest, where it is believed that the Al-Shabaab group has been training its fighters for a long time, and indeed that is the reason why the Kenyan Defense Forces and the U.S. military are based next to this forest, where they usually carry out area attacks. Sometimes they carry out ground attacks. It has become impossible to be able to, eliminate the group or even flush out the fighters completely, because not just the country, but also in neighboring countries, including Kenya, where we understand now some of the foreign fighters are also trained.
Sarah Kimani, our East African correspondent, joining us there on the line. Thank you so much for your time on the SABC News Desk.